Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long while since I've done a video, but I wanted to take some time and enjoy my pregnancy and my delivery. So I've already had my precious little son, and I can't wait to share everything with you, from my pregnancy experience to my birth story and so much more retrospectively. I wanted to just take some time to enjoy it. I also am a very busy person with work and ministry at my church and stuff like that. I'm so busy, and you know how pregnancy, it just keeps you so fatigued and so much going on. So I just said, you know what, it's a little hard for me to keep up on the videos. I'm gonna wait, and when everything is done, I'm gonna come back and speak from my experience. So today I'm so excited to be back at doing regular videos for you guys and bringing regular content to you. So the first video that I'm going to do, which is this one right here, it's going to be on the first trimester symptoms that I experienced during my pregnancy. So I just want to start off by saying that everybody's experience can be different. Everyone's pregnancies can be different. It can be the same person and they're different children, and the pregnancies could have been different. But it's still nice to just share our experiences and glean from what we can from everyone's experience. I know even when I was trying to conceive, and even throughout my pregnancy, some videos from some of my favorite YouTube moms were very helpful. So I'm excited to do some videos of my experience and hopefully be able to help someone else. So first and foremost, your pregnancy officially begins at the first day of your last period. And then the first trimester is all the way up into the last day of the 12th week. So I was able to document all the symptoms that I had, the things I was feeling, the things that I was going throughout that first trimester. And I'm excited to share it with you guys. And we'll see if it's helpful to you, or if you learn anything, or if you experience the same thing, then you can relate to what I was feeling and going through. So I started feeling symptoms at 3 weeks. I actually got a positive pregnancy test at 2 weeks. If you watched my previous video, then you've seen that we got a positive pregnancy test on Christmas morning 2018, which was so special. And it was just amazing. But so yeah, it was very early for me to get a positive test. And then at 3 weeks, I started feeling like a pulling feeling and kind of like a PMS, premenstrual kind of symptoms, crampy and kind of weird. I actually was kind of nervous, like, oh, is everything okay? What is that? It kind of feels like my period, but I'm pregnant, so how? And then at week 4, I began to feel fatigue. I began to feel hungry. My appetite increased. I felt a little emotional, kind of, and, I, for some reason, was so thirsty. Like, oh man, where's some water? Usually before that, I would have to fill up a hydro flask and like remind myself to drink it. Drink your water, Lasha, drink your water. But I did not have to do that starting at this week 4. I just was like, go. Where's some water? Oh my gosh. I was asking my husband, bring me some water, babe, please bring me some water. That was me. So week 5, I started to feel like I can't lay on my stomach. I started to feel fatigue. Oh my goodness, I started to feel so tired, and I had a super sensitivity to smell. Like, I could smell you from forever away. It was just crazy. And then my nipples started to hurt. My breast started to become very tender and sore, and the nausea kicked in. Week 5, some stuff started kicking in. The nausea started kicking in, and I still felt a little hormonal and emotional. A lot of hormones are going on, when you're pregnant. So it begins to bubble up out of you for me at around week 5. And then boom, week 6 was like boom, everything just started coming out. The nausea increased. I actually vomited twice, which is, I'm not complaining, because I have so many friends who were nauseous and just vomiting for months. So I'm thankful that I can count how many times I vomited. My breasts were very itchy, kind of like sore, weird. It was kind of weird. And I think it's just because they were growing and stretching and expanding, feeling my skin stretch. I think kind of made like an itchy, like a, sensation. It was kind of weird. But it hurt laying down, just the gravity pushing down on my breast. It hurt. Hugging people hurt. It was so painful, and the fatigue increased. I would come home from work, pass out on the couch till 11 o'clock, get up, shower, eat something, go right back to sleep, and wake up at 5 for work. Like, I just was so tired. Along with my already busy schedule, I just was out of it. Then I noticed the heartburn. I had gas, an increase of vaginal discharge. I noticed, so I'm sorry, TMI, but that's what I experienced. And I still had that sensitivity to smell that I had at 5 weeks, but this time it increased to where I had food aversions. Like, my favorite meal would come out. I went to a restaurant for my sister's birthday, and my favorite meal came out, and I gagged at the smell of it. I was like, oh, it's so gross, but it's my favorite food, so I was so thrown off. Like, oh my gosh, normally I love that. Like, why do I hate it right now? Food aversions. No. But yeah, they attacked me. So at week 7, I was still feeling nauseous, but I felt like I could control it a little better, oddly enough, just for that week. I learned how to cope with it. Honestly, I was pretty okay with it because it just reminded me that I'm having a safe and healthy pregnancy. I'm feeling all the pregnancy symptoms that I should be feeling. So hey, baby's growing nice and strong. And so my breast still continued to hurt if you hugged me, if I was laying down, but this time now I'm in the shower at week 7, and it's just so painful just feeling the water falling on my breast. It hurts so bad. I experienced some mood swings and some fatigue, but with the fatigue, if you watched my other video about TTC, I explained how from even while trying to conceive, we were working out a gym regimen so that I can continue to work out and have a healthy pregnancy, and it did help me so much. So I kicked back in the gym really hard, and it helped so much give me energy. It kind of helped combat that fatigue a little bit for me. It did. So I still had that, and an increased sense of smell still at week 7. Your perfume, your whatever, I could smell you miles before you hit me. Like, it was just crazy. At week 8, my nausea increased, and my gas, my breast pain, and this time now, week 8, I started to experience dizziness and vertigo. If I'm sleeping, laying down, and I get up too fast, that's it. I was dizzy. I had to like slowly get up and then slowly stand up. I couldn't just jump out of bed anymore. No, that wasn't gonna work. That part was nuts for me. I still had increased heartburn. If you've seen my son, he's got a head full of hair, so I know why the heartburn was so crazy. And at 8 weeks, I finally started experiencing like really increased cravings. Like, I thought I was craving things, but not really. But week 8, I knew I was having some cravings. Peanut butter and jelly was the craving of my pregnancy, okay? At week 8, I didn't know that, but oh my goodness. I had the Costco size peanut butter and jelly and a loaf of bread, y'all, in a bag on the side with me. I craved peanut butter and jelly sandwiches so much, it was ridiculous. And fruit, I craved fruit, and I craved meat. I wanted a steak, I wanted a pot roast, I wanted a burger. Like, I had to have some meat, you know? We have the meat. I needed it. So, and then my fatigue was still there, but as I said, like, the working out was kind of help combating it a little bit, but I was still feeling it, especially with my busy schedule still, you know. But hey, ladies, if you are feeling fatigue, do not feel bad about that. Give into it. Sleep. Get your rest because you deserve it. Your body is literally making a human being. So, hey, sleep, rest, don't feel bad, don't feel guilty. You get your rest and you let your body, listen to your body. That's probably my biggest, you know, advice too. Listen to your body. Don't push yourself too much, you know, especially if you didn't have a tough workout routine beforehand. Don't try to put one in now to combat your fatigue. Hey, it's okay. Rest. Get your rest because this is it. Once baby's here, you won't get the rest. I'm tired. You see my eyes are red. I need some sleep right now. Okay? So take advantage of the rest and letting your body give into your sleep right now because you won't be able to do that very often pretty soon. Okay, so week 9, I began to see new symptoms like finger swelling. My fingers started to swell up. My feet started to swell up. I started to, get the mood swings were at a high. Okay, I started to really get those mood swings and the nausea and the fatigue. So after week 8, everything pretty consistently is the same, like nausea, mood swings, and emotional and fatigue. Those kind of things were definitely going on at week 9. So at 10 weeks, again, pretty consistently, the fatigue, sore breasts, nausea. At week 11, I noticed again another spike in the increase of vaginal discharge at this week. Fatigue, nausea, cravings, and moodiness, pretty consistently. And then week 12, I experienced a little constipation. I was so mad. But I just increased my water, even though my water intake had already increased because I was feeling so thirsty all the time. I increased my water intake so that I could kind of ease some of that constipation without taking anything. I was really big on not taking anything during my pregnancy. So yeah, I just drank extra water and it definitely helped ease some of that by the time I got to week 13. I was very hormonal. I had less nausea at week 12. Not gone, but less. I was gassy still. And my breast still hurt, but the only new symptom besides constipation was that my nipples were like protruding. It was almost as if my nipples were like, what if we tried to feed the baby like right now? Like what if we tried to reach down into her stomach and just give him a little taste of the milk we got going on, see if he likes it for when he comes out. I was like, what is going on? It was nuts. But yeah, that was it all the way up to week 12. And then at week 12, we did our beautiful baby announcement, pregnancy announcement. If you haven't had a chance to check that video out, check it out. It's beautiful. And, yeah, that was my first trimester pregnancy. A lot of the consistent symptoms are just nausea, you're moody, you're gassy, your breasts, they begin to be tender and sore. But the only thing that I could really give you that helped me a lot, especially with nausea, was Preggy Pops. You guys can give those a go. They worked for me. I'm not going to say they didn't work, but I had to take several throughout the day, and I'm not a fan of having to do stuff like that. So, but they were good and they worked. I got a couple things in my bump boxes that I revealed to you guys that did work as well. But for me, good old-fashioned ginger chews, give me some chew on some ginger, and ginger ale did the trick for me. It helped me so much throughout the pregnancy, just kind of cope with the nausea and deal with the nausea. Again, like I said, I kind of just coped with it because it just was a mental thing for me that, hey, mental note, baby's doing fine because you're feeling all these symptoms. I don't know. That's just that was my logic at the time. But yeah, ginger chews, ginger ale, those types of things definitely helped so much. So that's my advice to you. You can find ginger chews. They actually have like the little like dry ginger chews that you can just chew on. They're yummy and they help settle your stomach, so that you can get through the day without dealing with all that nausea. But that is all I have for the first trimester symptoms. I don't know if you're experiencing the same thing, but if you are, I hope you could relate. And if not, and you have a friend that gets pregnant, she has the same thing, you can be like, girl, I watched this video and Lasha had the same symptoms, girl. But yeah, those are my symptoms. A lot of people don't find out that they're pregnant until 5 or 6 weeks. So me, finding out at technically 2 or 3 weeks, and then having all of these symptoms to kind of like, whoa, okay. It kind of makes me look back like, I see why. If you heard at week 6, that's when all of the symptoms really kicked in. So that's probably why a lot of women 5-6 weeks they find out. That's when they realize like, wait a minute, what's going on? Why am I feeling all this stuff? I think I'm pregnant. So yeah, that's my story though, and I hope you enjoyed. Coming up, I have the second trimester, the third trimester. We'll get into my birth story. We'll get into what was in my hospital bag. We'll get into postpartum depression and baby blues. We will get into so much, you guys. I'm so excited to be back and have some time to really share with you guys throughout this journey. I mean, he's here now. My baby's here. I can't wait to show him to you. So there's so much content that we're going to be following with him. So I'm really excited. All right, guys. Well, that's all that I have for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.